This is really something that I find fascinating. And I'm sure you probably experienced the same thing where you hook up somebody to a metabolic cart, you have no idea what's going to come out of it. And then it starts to evolve. You start to see some interesting elements about who they are and the way they're moving and such. And so I've always been fascinated by that. I mean, after all the thousands of tests that I've done, um, every time I put a new person on that cart, I get excited because I don't go into it with any predilection. I don't go think, well, I know he's going to have a big VO2 score and his threshold is going to be X or whatever. I never do that anymore because I just never know. I've identified that you just don't know till you know, right? And so the first thing that came to me that was interesting now, and you guys can correct me, please, if I'm wrong. When I early days got into the business of testing athletes, the 99 percentile of the business I was doing was endurance athletes. And the concern being, what is your threshold? How do we move that threshold up? Improve your capacity to access your fat stores so you can prolong the effort, maintain more, blah, 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 right? And so that's a pretty easy shtick, in my opinion. It really is. You identify VO2 max, you identify potentially where the metabolic shift is, what the percentage of fat versus sugar is, what we can approach the work with in order to improve those circumstances. Then I started doing the work with these obstacle course racing athletes, and I started to see a very big shift in the way the testing results came about. I started identifying that a lot of these guys were extremely aerobic. Relative to their VO2 scores, they were very aerobic by nature. And my first thought was, call somebody at Core and explain to me why this machine's not working properly. I thought there was something wrong with the kit, right? And, come to find out that wasn't the case. Everything was calibrating very nicely. It was fine, right? But the nature of the way they approached exercise was unique because they're shifting to exercises that require strength for a limited amount of time, straight into endurance-based work.